So the agenda for today's program is, let us understand what is meant by project management. We'll also go through the project management framework. I will also take you through a project management toolkit that I will be sharing with you later, which can be used for students' project. We also go through the best practices in project management, followed by one of the student project for which I am a consultant, and let us see some benefits also. So what is project management? Project by definition is given as Project Management Institute, Bangalore chapter, as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service. So this is temporary in nature. A project cannot run through all your lifetime. This generally it should have a start date and end date, and there should be a budget. When I say budget, it should involve money, people, resources, equipments, and so on. So you cannot start a project on your own. A project has to be sanctioned by somebody, and it should have a start date, end date. And when we start a project, we have to manage some constraints, namely the time, the scope, and the cost. And the cost is a function of scope and time. You can do everything in this world, but we need to scope to say that I will do only X, Y, Z things for this project. And this project should have a time, duration, start time, and end time. So without this, the project cannot run at all. I can give you some examples of project. Building a street vacuum cleaner for BBMP. Automate the membership registration process for Computer Society of India. Sewage treatment conversion for agriculture usage. The last project is done from our Varthur Lake to send to our Kolar fields. Okay. Let us take one example of street vacuum cleaner and see what are all the constraints. For building a street vacuum cleaner, the constraints are to be developed within 6 months. The budget estimation is 2 lakhs per unit. The cost of people for working, the material to be procured, the equipments to be considered, the travel, the effort, everything has to be taken into consideration. So this project is where I will be giving an example as a case study. So we come to the project management framework that we are proposing for students to be followed for their projects. So this is the process that you are seeing here, which has got an input, which are projects selected, and which has got an output, which has nothing but your project workbook and project report. So starting from the input, you have a list of projects to be selected, and there is a selection norm for selecting the project. Some of you might have seen that your professors will be asking, this should be a IEEE project, or this should be a project that should be useful to the society. So that is what we should look at when we look at a project selection. It should be a workable model, and it should be beneficial to the society. There should be a patenting opportunity, because in future you become an entrepreneur, you have to take care of the patents also, and you will be using that for your business purpose. And these are the criteria which you should consider in your college projects also. So if you look at the project first step, we need to form a team, and this has to be approved by the project guide. So we propose a project charter, and in this what we are seeing on the screen, there is a charter with an example for a procurement management system. So you talk about the customer, it could be a social project, it could be for a BBMP, and what is the profile of the customer, you can even refer to a website, and you have to describe the project about building a procurement management system or building a vacuum cleaner, and what are the objectives. It is going to save the time for the people who are going to do the work, it's going to save the number of hours, and who is the team, who are all the student members who will be working on this team, and who is the project guide, and who will be the representatives from the customer side who will be working on this, and what are the beneficiaries, what will be the duration, what are you going to deliver, is it a hardware, is it a software, or both, and which are the things not in scope. For example, if you are building a system software, you will certainly say that the laptops, the network issues all are not in your scope, and that has to be taken care by the customer or for whom you are building. And a review and approval. This charter has to be approved by your management and by the customer management, so that there is complete agreement about the team, about the duration, about the deliverables. So this is a very important aspect. In many of the companies, even for big projects, project charter is a must. So if you are following this in your project also, it becomes easy for doing the same thing when you join a company. Coming to the next step, you will be preparing a project plan for your project, which is to track it and execute it also. The project plan looks like this. It is an estimation and also a schedule. The estimation in terms of number of hours you are going to spend for different activities, and the schedule is about the start date and end date, and you are also going to track the actual end date when the activity is completed. So this also becomes a complete project plan for effort and schedule, and you can consider if there are 4 team members and if they are spending some 50 working hours, so how much is the hours that are available for your project and how much you are going to spend for different activities. All that is accounted, and you are also having some buffer hours for completing your project. Also, you should save your material that you are creating in the project in some place. So we always recommend a Google Drive. That can be a good place to start with. The one that you are seeing on the screen is the Google Drive for the project that I have consulted. That is the vacuum cleaner project. You can see different folders that are established, one on status reports, requirements, design, and they have also done some research, and some older versions are also available. The third one is to start collecting requirements for the project, which is very important. And before doing that, you should have a system understanding. And we have given a context diagram for 2 projects. One is called procurement management system, another is called automatic climate control. The dotted line is the scope of the project, and whatever is inside the dotted line, you are responsible for producing it, and whatever is outside, you are not responsible, but there should be an interface. For example, in the automatic climate control, the air conditioning unit, tire pressure monitoring, and power supply are not in your control, and you need to provide interface, whereas the microcontroller, temperature sensor are all in your scope, and you have to be responsible for the complete production. So once you understand the system, then you start collecting requirements for each of the system. Like it could be software related requirement, it could be hardware requirement, it could be mechanical related requirement, electrical requirements, and some constraints. For example, you can say that the power output that is coming to your system is 230 volts, and it can vary from 200 volts to 250 volts. So this is not in your control. So when you are collecting requirements, you should also take care how to take care of this fluctuation. So like this, you start gathering requirements, not only from your understanding, you should also talk to the customer, talk to the people who are involved, mechanical people, electrical people, and also get all the related requirements and put it in the form of an Excel. The third one is going to be preparing the POC, that is proof of concept, or a model or a prototype, and then you need to show it to the design team, get their approval, start writing the test cases, and so on. So the steps keep on going like this, and while you are doing this, you have to also have a track of some minutes of the meeting that you will be having with your customer or your guide or within your team members. So the template that is given here is for recording the minutes of the meeting. When are you conducting the meeting? What is the start time? How much time you have spent? Who are all the participants? What are the important action points that you have discussed? Are there any action items? If there are any action items, that will be tracked using an action item tracker. A template is also given here. So these two are very important aspects for tracking the projects, so that everybody is aware of what is happening in the project, and the guide or whoever is reviewing your project is able to track your project and know the status perfectly. And we also come to the toolkit part of it. Since I have told you the several steps, so let us also look at the toolkit that I am proposing. This toolkit is looking like this. It's an index like the project charter. There is a separate sheet. Project plan is a separate sheet. Minutes of the meeting action tracker or separate sheet. This is a drive part of it, Google Drive, where you start storing things. And we have a sheet for requirement analysis, context diagram, where you store your functional diagrams and non-functional diagrams. You have sessions for solving problem or getting ideas. It is called as brainstorming. And when you have too many ideas, so which is the best one to choose? You take decision analysis and resolution as a tool. And you also run some test cases to check whether the system is working, and you make a delivery document to deliver this project. So if I show you this uh, guideline, the toolkit that I was talking to you. So this is the actual toolkit. So if I click on the project charter, you get into the project charter sheet. And if I click on this project plan, you get into the estimation and scheduling sheet. And if I go to the minutes of the meeting, you have a template for recording all your minutes. And if I take you to the action item tracker, you have an action item tracker for tracking things. And if I talk about brainstorming, so you have been given the steps of how to do it, and we have also given a some example of how to conduct a brainstorming session and what is the output and how do we narrow down to the nearest one. And decision analysis and resolution is a very structured method to select the out of three options that you have as a solution, what is the best option. You can consider a weightage, you can give a rating and find out which is the best tool that you should select with. So like this toolkit helps you to maintain your project as per the software engineering practices, and you also give a delivery checklist. And we have also given a report template that will help you to create your reports for the project. So overall, this becomes a very good toolkit for you to do your project and also showcase. I will also show you some of the best practices we have come across in a student project, namely the vacuum cleaner project, for which I am a consultant. This is done by NIT Trichy, National Institute of Technology Trichy team. In fact, I am an alumni of that college. At that time, 1983, when I graduated, it was called as Regional Engineering College. So as a mark of giving back to that college, we are helping the students to come up with a vacuum cleaner that is going to be used for Trichy Corporation, which will be mounted on the mini trucks that Trichy Corporation is using. So we are the partnering alumni. We are funding this project, which is to the tune of 2 crores. The 2 lakhs is the project funding. And if you see, the charter is something like this. It has got an executive summary. We have got a budget. We know who are all the partners here and what are the objectives here and what is the requirements that we need to meet. So this is the project charter part of it. And if you come to the planning, so they have listed the different activities and the effort, and the dates are also fixed for different activities. You can see they are collecting requirements, they are doing some research, they also make visit the Trichy Corporation and so on. And this is the minutes of the meeting template that we have used. You can see that we do Skype call because we can't go to Trichy every day, every week. So we do Skype calls. And this Richard Shaker is the organizer for this project, who is operating from US, and I am operating from Bangalore, and the student team is in Trichy. So even if we are geographically away, we can do a review and give decisions to the team that this and this should be to be done, and this gets recorded. And we have the requirements document here. What are all the requirements related to different areas? And they also visited the Trichy Corporation, talked to the people, and collected in practice what is going on. For example, how many barrels are using, what is the weight of the barrel, how many trips are made by this, in each trip how many kgs of garbage is collected, and so on. So these requirements will help them to make the project very successful. And these are the best practices. They have visited the city garbage collection center. They have visited the dumping yard. This is a student who has seen which lorry is used, what is the type of baskets they use. And they also went to Chennai Corporation. In fact, I also went there because they are using some cleaning methods, vacuum cleaning methods. We visited them, studied their methodology, and we also visited a private firm who has sponsored a vacuum cleaner for Chennai. We studied that equipment also. The students also have done an existing analysis of what are the existing products, who are the vendors supplying a motor or a impeller or a battery, and who are the manufacturers who can help us to build a vacuum cleaner as per the design. And the good thing about this project is the students have conducted a lot of small scale experiments, and they have made it as a video so that we know what is the experiment done, what is the observation, and they have also summarized the different experiments and what is the inference they are getting. From this, they can come closer to the solution, which one to be used, which one not to be used. When they scale up the big unit, this is done on a small scale with 0.25 HP motor. So when we do it for 5 HP motor, what are all the problems they will face? So this practical experimentation is a very good approach. And sometimes in our application development, you will be calling it as prototype of UI, how the screen should look like, how the screen traverse should look like. So in a mechanical electrical related systems, they actually do some experiments like this. At the end, they have come up with a design, which is this lid assembly, which is the unique part. They are going to patent this, and also what type of tubes to be used. They have visited Coimbatore to find these tubes, and then they also bought it. Now the order has been placed for a petrol engine 5 HP and a impeller which will act as a pump to suck the garbage, and the lid assembly is the one. This is getting fabricated in Trichy, and they have purchased this tube from Coimbatore. And coming to the benefits part of doing an exercise like this type of structured approach of understanding the requirement, making a charter, doing a plan and timeline, and gives an industry experience almost equal to 1 year. If you go to any industry, you will be comfortable in doing all these activities, and it will not be new for you to work in that industry. And because of having this experience, compared to other people, you will be at least 2 steps ahead in your career path. So this gives you an advantage to proceed to the next promotion level, and also become a team leader or a tech leader or a project manager in a very short time. And this structured approach is not only for your projects, even for any other activity that you are planning. It can be a Graha Pravesham, it can be your marriage, it can be for any event that you are planning in the college. If you are able to understand the scope, the requirements, if you are able to plan the effort, estimate, and then track it with action items, the project will become a real successful one. Well, I am done with my work. So if you have any questions, you can pose your questions.